Live from Palmasola Park in Bradenton, Florida, it's the Manatee Skeeters against the Manatee Sea Cows. These teams 2-7 for the Skeeters and 2-6 for the Sea Cows. Two teams looking for a much-needed win as the Skeeters send up their batting order. That begins with Lila Tidball in second. Batting second is Marissa Martinez at short. Batting third, KB Bradshaw on left. Hitting cleanup, Annalisa Weinbarger, the catcher. Batting fifth, Paige Bishotti, the first baseman. Batting sixth, Keely Cochran at third base. Hitting seventh, Olivia Artanis, the extra hitter. Hitting eighth, Tegan Riley, the DP. Batting ninth, Sydney Totarski in center. And rounding out the order for the Skeeters, who bat 10, Julia Tomolsky in right field. Starting pitcher today for the Sea Cows is Rylan Miller, making her sixth appearance. So far, 14 2/3 innings pitched. No decisions, a 4.77 ERA. 18 hits, 10 earned runs, 9 walks, and 7 strikeouts. So when she is pumping strikes into the zone, that's when she has succeeded. Has wavered at times when she's walking batters. As that ball grounded past the second baseman. It's a leadoff base hit for Lila Tidball. That brings up Marissa Martinez, the shortstop from St. Leo University. Marissa Martinez from Land O'Lakes, Florida, attended Sun Lake High School. Has been elite in her first 2 seasons of college ball with the Lions. She bounces that one down the third base line. The third baseman can't get the out. Martinez is safe. It's back-to-back hits to start the ball game for the Skeeters. That brings up Kendall Bradshaw, the left fielder, KB, out of Appalachian State University. Now entering her senior season. It's ball 1 to Bradshaw. One of the few upperclassmen on this Skeeters team that is comprised of a lot of rising freshmen, JUCO kids, even rising freshmen committed to JUCOs. As the next pitch is a strike to the Skeeters, Bradshaw. Bradshaw, JUCO product herself, started at Gaston College. She fouls that one off. It's one of the best bats in the NJCAA's Region 10 for her 2 years with the Rhinos. And she bounces it to the shortstop. They get the force out at second. Bradshaw is safe with the fielder's choice, and the runner is now in the corners. So Martinez out at second base, 6-4. One out as it's Annalisa Weinbarger, the catcher. Another one of the older voices on this Skeeters team. Runner goes off to second. Throw is off the mark. The run scores. And it's a successful double steal, and the Skeeters executing well on offense in this one to start the game. 2 hits, 2 stolen bags on that play, and a run comes in. Tidball from third, and Bradshaw over to second. Weinbarger twirling that bat. She was ready. And swings. It's a strike. Weinbarger pats it on the ground to second base. Tony gives to first, and there is the second out of the inning. Another runner at third base for the Skeeters. Let's hit the defense real quick for the Sea Cows. Tony in left, Morrison center, Bunch in right. Nolan at third base. Shortstop is Anda. Second base is Tony. First base Hazard. Mackenzie Lady doing the catching today. That was a good pitch from Miller, dropping a strike on the outer part. That one runs inside. Miller loses it for a moment. Miller out of Marshall. 5'4" right-hander. Misses low. It's ball 2. So the Sea Cows have lost their last 3 games. Skeeters coming off of a win. But in total, these two teams in the cellar of the Florida Gulf Coast League standings. These teams did play on Monday. So that pitch is down low. Lower half. Strike 2. And it's ball 4. Runners on both corners in the top of the first inning. Skeeters offense playing well to start this game. Skeeters picked up their second win on Tuesday against the Impact. An 8-7 win for the Skeeters. One ball, one strike now to Keely Cochran, Skeeters' third baseman. Out of Minnesota, where she hit 125 in her freshman season, as she crushes this high to left. And that ball is off the fence, and it will score 2. Rather 1. It's an RBI double, making it 2-0. So the runner from third scores, and Bashanti over to third base instead. But another good at bat from a Skeeter, as it's a first pitch strike called to Olivia Artanis. Bradshaw came in on that one. 3 hits in the frame, as that ball is rolling foul. Artanis, the extra hitter. And pushes her in. Artanis entered the transfer portal after limited use as a freshman at Queen's University. And she pokes that to the third baseman. Nolan slings it to Hazard, and that is the end of the first inning. 2 runners left on for the Skeeters, but they score 2 thanks to 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first between the Skeeters and the Sea Cows. The Sea Cows batting order begins with Allie Bunch in right, hitting second Diana Anda at short. Batting third, Lexi Nolan at third base, hitting cleanup Mackenzie Lighty the catcher. Gracie Tony hits fifth and plays left. In the six-hole, Taylor Cochran the DP. Batting seventh, Ellie Mulligan the extra player. Batting eighth, Gabby Tony in second base. In the nine-hole, Ella Morris in center. And rounding out the order for the Sea Cows, who bat 10, it is Ava Hazard at first base. And the starting pitcher for the Skeeters, Abby Turnpaw, comes in, making her ninth appearance. So far, 21 and a third innings pitched. 1-2 record, 8.86 ERA, 37 hits, 27 earned runs, 21 walks, and 13 strikeouts. So trying to figure out some of the control issues in this one. She misses outside. The first pitch she gives to Allie Bunch, the right fielder from Winthrop. 2-0 the count for Bunch. Get me over strike from Turnpaw. Turnpaw out of Manhattan University. And she walks the leadoff bat, Allie Bunch. Turnpaw last season with the Jaspers, an 8.40 ERA, no decisions, only 2 appearances, 3 1/3 innings pitched, where she allowed 6 hits, 6 runs, 4 of which were earned. Did not walk a batter, and struck out 2. Part of a Manhattan team that was middle of the pack in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. The MAAC, a bit of a mouthful, and often confused with the Mid-American Conference, so the league rebranded this summer to the Metro Conference. I think the Metro sounds good. So the Jaspers last season were 15 and 37, 10 and 18 in conference play. Only the third year under the new head coach, Bridget Hurlman, who was once a player in the MAAC with Marist. Marist has been the team to beat in the Metro these last 2 seasons. 2-2. And she goes down swinging. Anda down by strikes. It's the first out of the bottom of the first, and that brings up Lexi Nolan. Nolan from Bowling Green State. From the now only MAC. Oh, 1 to Nolan. She's chasing, so Abby Turnpaw starting to get some swing and misses here after walking the first batter. Nolan, a player who only had 2 at-bats as a true freshman. Pitches outside. Let's hit the defense real quick for the Skeeters. The outfield left to right, Bradshaw, Totarski, Tamolsky. Third base, Cochran. Shortstop, Martinez. Second base, Tidball. First base, Bashati. Bashati at first. And the catcher is Annalisa Weinbarger. So no 2 count now, even. As there's a good swing and a miss. Turnpaw pulls the string. And it's back-to-back punch-outs for the Skeeters starter. Mackenzie Lighty, the team's catcher, is up. Mackenzie recently made a big decision, announced her transfer to Florida Atlantic for the upcoming season. Last year was with Florida Gulf Coast under Lindsay Fico, where she hit .279 in 53 games, 41 as a starter. Runner goes off. And she is safe. So Bunch steals second. It's 2 balls, 1 strike to Lighty. Lighty rolls it to the shortstop Martinez, who throws hard to first, and that is the end of the inning. Sea Cows with a walked batter to start the inning. Bunch then steals second, but it's 3 straight retired after the walk, and we go to the second. Top of the second. Skeeters in front 2-0. They send 8, 9, 10 up, starting with Tegan Riley. First pitch to Riley is downstairs in the dirt. Riley out of Lynn University in the Sunshine State Conference. She hammers that foul. One of the best conferences at the D2 level in many sports, including softball, as her teammate this summer, Marissa Martinez, the national champs at St. Leo. And then on the baseball field, the University of Tampa, they just won their 3rd straight D2 national title. The Lynn University player, she clubs it to second, and it is caught by Tony. So a good volleyball conference beyond the bat and ball sports. But here is Sydney Totarski, the center fielder. She takes a huge swing. She entered the portal after 3 years at St. John's. Last 2 years were tough for her, struggled with injuries. And she's down looking. 2 outs now in the top of the second. First strikeout of the ball game for Rylan Miller. Here's Julia Tomolsky, the right fielder of Elon University in Elon, North Carolina. That ball is whacked foul. Tomolsky, only 16 games last year, 10 at-bats, had hits in 3 of them. Ball 2. Two one pitch. That's high, ball 3. And ball 4. 2-out walk for the 10-hole hitter. And that brings us back to the top of the Skeeters order. Here is Lila Tidball. She singled and stole home in the first. Tidball watches ball 1. Rylan Miller rocks and fires a 1-0. That ball skips in the dirt. Job at the catcher Lighty holding on. Fouled off. Ball 3, and Tidball, Tidball trying to make it 2 straight 2-out walks. That ball's grounded foul. Payoff pitch to the plate. Tidball swipes through it. It's the second strikeout for Rylan Miller. 1 base runner in the top of the second. It's a 2-out walk, but she's left on. And we go to the home half. It is 2-0 Skeeters. First pitch is ball one to Gracie Tony, the left fielder. Leading things off in the bottom of the second. Happy Turnpaw. Good start to the game in the first. She walked the first batter, but then struck out two, and a 6-3 groundout ended the inning. 1 ball, 1 strike now. That ball lifted high to right. Bunch, or the Tomolsky adjusts, and she makes the squeeze. One out in the bottom of the second brings up Taylor Cochran, the designated player. Cochran out of Indian River State College, where she finished her sophomore season. Ball four. Second free pass issued out by Turnpaw. Cochran gets aboard on the base on balls, and it brings up Ellie Mulligan, the extra player. Mulligan from Delaware, the Fightin' Blue Hens. She finished her junior year this last season. 2-0 count to the 6'1" native of Virginia. Ball is fouled back. Strike called. Mulligan, a 164 hitter through her first 3 seasons at the college level. She has a full count. Payoff. That ball launched into orbit, foul. Abby Turnpaw with a runner at first and 1 out in the bottom of the second. Misses high and outside. 2 straight walks from Turnpaw. Reminder, she entered this game with 21 walks to 13 strikeouts. So far in this one, it's 3 walks to 2 strikeouts. Cochran to second, Mulligan at first. It brings up Gabby Toney, the second baseman. Ball's loose, throw down the third base line. Both runners safe after that one got away from the catcher. Strike called. Slow ground ball to second base. They go for the force at first. Ball gets out, but the first baseman, Bashati, recontrols it. It's an RBI for Toney. And the Sea Cows on the board. Now it's only Mulligan at third base with 2 outs. Ella Morris, the center fielder. Ella Morris, 5'6" sophomore, last season with the Mercer Bears, where she had just 19 at-bats. And she hits this off the end of her bat, taps it to Martinez, who gets it to first base, and the runner is safe. Infield hit for Ella Morris. It scores a run, and it ties the game. So those walks quickly come back to bite Abby Turnpaw. Both walked batters come in. Ava Hazard, the 10-hole hitter. Takes a strike. Hazard from Eastern Kentucky in the A-Sun. Throw back to first. Good stop by Bashati, holding on, preventing that one from running out to right field. As we saw from that infield base hit, Morris possesses some speed. Pitch comes in to Ava Hazard. Oh, and she swings. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the redshirt freshman. Strike 3 called on the outside part. Third strikeout for Abby Turnpaw. It ends the second inning, but 2 runs come in off of 2 walks, 1 hit, no errors, a runner left on base. We are tied up as we go to the third. Marissa Martinez takes ball 1 outside to start the 3rd inning. Martinez singled in the 1st. I mentioned her in the St. Leo Lions won the national championship last season, a team that went 54-3 with 1 tie in the mix, 29-1 in conference play. Ground ball through the 5-6 hole. Martinez 2 for 2. She's quite the player, as that brings up Kendall Bradshaw, the left fielder. She reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st and stole 2nd, ultimately came around to score thanks to the Keely Cochran RBI double. Bradshaw drills it to left center. That falls in the grass. Back-to-back hits to start the 3rd inning for the Skeeters. It is now Annalisa Weinbarger, the catcher. She started her career at Coastal Carolina, transferred to Winthrop. So native of the state of Florida, but bouncing around schools in South Carolina. As it's ball 1 to the redshirt junior. She's from Yulee, Florida, which is just south of the Florida-Georgia line, 595 north of Jacksonville. And she chops it over the circle. Base hit as Martinez rounds 3rd and she scores. Skeeters back with the lead thanks to the RBI hit that bounces up the middle off the bat of Weinbarger. So the top 4 batters in the Skeeters order have combined now for 5 hits. You saw the speed from Martinez. Paige Bashati takes a strike. Paige plays a good amount of catcher, but she is the first baseman today for the Manatee Skeeters. She cracks this on the ground to the shortstop, who drops it. A blunder loads the bases. And that was a potential double play ball. Instead, it's a E6, no outs recorded, and the bases crammed with nobody out in the top of the 3rd inning. Bradshaw at 3rd, Weinbarger at 2nd, and Bashati at 1st base. First pitch is outside, ball 1 to Keely Cochran, the 3rd baseman. Perhaps not who you want to see if you were Rylan Miller. She hit the double off of her in the 1st inning. 1-0. She fouls that pitch off. Rattles our camera. Top of the 3rd between the Manatee Skeeters and the Manatee Sea Cows. One. Ooh. Close call. Cochran takes ball 2. And time called for the pitcher. Rylan Miller tightens her laces. 3 straight hits started the inning, then a mishandled ground ball by the shortstop and allowed the bases to load up. And wow, nice one there from Miller. Bends it into the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the 6-hole hitter for the Skeeters, coached by Morgan Kostler. Trying to string together consecutive wins. This ball flied the opposite direction. Catch made by Bunch. Coming in to score on the sacrifice fly, that is Bradshaw. 4-2 Skeeters. As Keely Cochran does her job, brings in her second run. The runner from third, the only to advance. So it's first and second now for the Skeeters, with Olivia Artanis, the extra hitter. They'll bring in the courtesy runner for Weinbarger. It is Marissa Martinez back to the base paths. Courtesy runners allowed in the Florida Gulf Coast League. No substitution rules and limits on that. Olivia Artanis awaits and watches a first pitch strike. Artanis grounded to third in the first inning. And she taps it out foul. Artina is a late arrival in the FGCL. Came in on the 15th, a couple days after the season had began. She taps this up the middle, base hit. Martinez, she will score as that ball fumbled by the center fielder Morris. It is a 3-run inning for the Skeeters, and still first and second with only one out. RBI knocked for Artanis, and wise courtesy runner used by Kostler. Not sure if Weinbarger would have been able to run that out as a power hitting catcher. As Tegan Riley puts a pitch backwards and foul. Artanis is at first base. Bashati, she's at second. 3 runs have scored in this top of the third. Skeeters getting after the Seacow starter, Rylan Miller, for 0-1. Drifts low. One pitch. Runs outside. Ball 3. Rylan Miller has been pretty reliable for the Sea Cows this season. 4.77 ERA. As that one past the third baseman, rolling into the corner. This could be trouble. Bashati is in. Sliding into third is Artanis. It's an RBI double and a 4th run in this inning for the Skeeters. Tegan Riley, a 2-bagger to the corner. She picks up the RBI, and still just the 1 out in this 3rd inning. And that will do it for the pitcher, Rylan Miller. We'll step aside for the pitching change. Still top of the third between the Sea Cows and the Skeeters. New pitcher, Tyron Newton. The towering right-hander comes in. He uses that big frame to generate a fastball on the outer edge to Sydney Totarski. She comes in for Rylan Miller, who fails to get through 3. Has allowed 6 runs so far, albeit one of which was unearned, thanks to Paige Bishotti reaching on an error. This ball tips off Newton's glove to the second baseman Tony over to first. Hazard catches. It's a force out, but another RBI. It's just runners at third now. 7-2. Julia Tamolsky. She's awaiting. She yanks one foul. Ground ball down the third baseline, rolling into the corner. Another run is in. Tamolsky to second base. She slides in safe with an RBI double. It's 8-2 in a 6-run inning for the Skeeters. Tamolsky on base for the second time. Important to note that run is unearned, as the previous out should have been the third one with the error that was committed by the shortstop earlier in the frame. Now it's the 10th batter of the frame, and Lila Tidball. She is 1 for 2 with a run, a stolen base, and a strikeout. Pitch on its way to Tidball. She cracks it to second base. Roller over to first. 4-3 to end the inning, but a long inning if you are the Sea Cows. 6 runs come in thanks to 6 hits, 1 error, another left on base. 8-2 as we go to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third, 6-run lead now for the Skeeters after a big top half. As it's ball 1 to the leadoff batter, Allie Bunch. She walked and stole a base in the first. Happy turn, Paul misses high. It's ball 2. Final line for the Seacow starter. Rylan Miller went 2 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 8 runs, 6 of which were earned. Walked 2 and struck out 2. She's in line for the loss for that rough third inning. Strike 2 to Bunch. Started her college career at Barton College in Wilson, North Carolina, not too far from her hometown of Wilmington. Only about 2 or so hours away. Wilson, once a big tobacco producing town. Also recently got a new affiliated minor league baseball team. It's the first year of the Carolina Mudcats moving over. And Bunch down looking. Now it's the Wilson Warbirds, for those wondering. But Bunch, she's down with a strikeout. Diana Anda comes up. She struck out her only other time up. That came in the first. She gets Chase. Sabi Turnpaw ran into some issues in the second. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs. Allowed a hit. 2 runs came in off a hit, 2 strikeouts, and a pair of stolen bags in that second inning. But her offense has brought the run support and given her some room to work with here. There's ball 2 to Diana Anda. And in the portal with 3 years of eligibility left. She lifts it to shallow left. Coming in, the left fielder can't make the catch. Bradshaw has to watch it die. It's a bloop single for Anda. She's now 1 for 2 as Lexi Nolan comes up. Mention Anda in the portal. Yesterday was the FGCL's portal workout day, so the significant contingency of Florida Gulf Coast League players who have their names in the portal looking for their next collegiate stops. They played yesterday and showcased their talents in front of a number of college coaches across different levels. So there's a swing and a miss. Great opportunity for these players to find their next homes and for coaches to identify some quality talent. One, two. Nolan takes a ball. And for those not in the portal, players with a road day off. Nolan Takes a huge hack. And she strikes out for her second time today. Mackenzie Lighty, the catcher who grounded to the shortstop in the first, she is up. And takes strike one. Turnpaw shakes off the pitch, fires the 0-2, and it wheels outside. The 1-2 from Turnpaw. Swing and a liner to right center, falls for a base hit. And a stops at second. The ball quickly back to the shortstop, Martinez. 2 hits now in the frame for the Sea Cows. And at second, Lighty at first. 2 gone in the bottom of the third in a 6-run game. Gracie Tony. Ooh. She thought Turnpaw left one hanging, but she swings and misses. Tony flew out to left in the second, her only time to the plate. Ground ball, takes a weird hop to the second baseman, but Artanis gets it to Martinez, and the inning is over. 2 strikeouts for Turnpaw. She allows 2 hits, but they're left on. We're through 3, 8-2. Top of the fourth. Marissa Martinez leads things off. She led off the third inning as well. Started it with a single, her second of the ball game. Ultimately came around to score as the Skeeters brought 10 to the plate in that one. Broke into the bullpen. Now it's Tyra Newton in the circle for her first full inning of relief. First pitch, ball one to Martinez. She's had a good game. Martinez whacks it foul. Newton out of Newport Richey, Florida. Attended Mitchell High School. Not too far outside of Tampa. Did not play this last year with Liberty, so she entered the transfer portal. Martinez, an awkward swing, indecisive, and she strikes out to start the fourth inning. So Martinez is now 2 for 3. That brings up KB Bradshaw. Reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and scored in the first. In the third inning, singled and scored both times, brought in by Keely Cochran. First on a double, then on a sacrifice fly. As this ball crushed high to right, a moonball leaves the yard. KB Bradshaw, home run. It's 9-2 Skeeters. Just got underneath it and powered it over the fence. Her second hit. Her third run scored. And the Skeeters well in front in this one. Meeting adjourned in the circle for the She Cows, trying to settle down their pitcher, Tyra Newton, who was taking yard. Brings up Annalisa Weinbarger. She has a home run on the season. And Weinbarger puts charge into this one, and she has a home run. Skeeters go back-to-back on back-to-back pitches. Weinbarger, a long ball to left. It's 10-2. Skeeters on cruise control. Weinbarger also with a multi-hit game, becomes the third Skeeter with that honor today. And here's Paige Bisciotti. Walked in the first, reached on an error, and scored in the third. Tyra Newton rattled after that one. She responds with a first pitch strike. Slow ground ball to the circle. Newton, the first, gets it through for out number 2. Shotty now 0 for 2, and that brings up Keely Cochran. The RBI double in the first, hit a sac fly to right in the third. This ball, high to right, but not enough. It's caught by the right fielder Bunch to retire the side. But what an inning for the Skeeters. KB Bradshaw and Annalisa Weinbarger hit back-to-back home runs on back-to-back pitches, and it's Skeeters 10-2. Bottom of the fourth, 10-2 Skeeters over Sea Cows. Cows will send Taylor Cochran, Ellie Mulligan, and Gabby Toney to the plate. It's been a fun one if you are a Skeeter. 6-run third inning, last inning. Bradshaw and Weinbarger, back-to-back home runs and back-to-back pitches in different directions. First pitch from Abby Turnpaw to Taylor Cochran is fouled behind the plate, and if you're Abby Turnpaw, you have some space to work with here. Strike 2. Two-strike pitch. That's high. Cochran reached on a walk, stole a base, and scored her only time up. That came in the second. Turnpaw still going through the order for the second time. Strike 3 called. Turnpaw freezes her at the knees, and Abby Turnpaw with her 6th strikeout. Changing the field, Izzy Henderson comes in at first base for Paige Bishotti. She will bat in the 5th hole. One out in the bottom of the 4th inning in an 8-run ball game. Ellie Mulligan. Here she is. Ball 1. Manatee Sea Cows. Somewhat of a redundant name. A team name akin to the Buffalo Bison, AAA team in the International League. Oh, that's a strike. Buffalo Bison, the AAA affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays. As buffalo, another word for bison. As sea cows, another word for manatee. Large aquatic mammals that call Florida home. That ball tiptoes the first base line, and it's a hit. Fair ball for Ellie Mulligan. And manatees are herbivores, but they have a reputation of being gentle giants, but I've seen them firsthand be a little aggressive. They're not going to eat you, they're not going to bite you, but they have huge tails. And if either you get in their way or for whatever reason they come up to you, they'll splash you with that huge tail. And so, probably not going to suffer too much harm, but capsize a kayak, knock you off a paddleboard. At the very least, just get you wet. 2 balls, no strikes to Gabby Tony with a runner at first and 1 gone in the bottom of the 4th in a 10-2 ball game. This ball high to center. Catch made by Totarski. Bison on the other end, you definitely want to be careful around those guys, as there are 2 outs. Ella Morris comes up. She singled to bring home a run in the 2nd. Partial swing. Appeal to the ghost umpire. Says she didn't go. It's ball 1. That's a called strike. Morris, formerly of Rhode Island, last year with Mercer. She's from Evans, Georgia. She takes strike 2. Right outside of Augusta. Went to high school at Fleming Island High in Jacksonville, however. That ball taps down the third base line, curls foul. Pitch. Another foul ball. Strike 3 called. Final out of the bottom of the 4th. 1 base hit leaves 1 on, and we are through 4, 10-2. Top of the fifth, 10-2 our score between the Skeeters and the Sea Cows. Pitch bounces in the dirt, ball one to the leadoff batter, Olivia Artanis. She is 1 for 2. Entire new field for the Sea Cows. The outfield now Bunch, Tony Mulligan left to right. Third base now Duncan. Shortstop now Watts. Second base is Anda. First base Nolan. Still Mackenzie Lighty catching. As it is still Tyron Newton in the circle. 1-1, shot down the third base line. The new third baseman Duncan gets it to, that's still Hazard. But a ground out 5-3 regardless. Has Artanis 1 for 3. Important to note that the run rule is 8 runs after 5, so currently that is in line. Skeeters can build upon that lead, as the Sea Cows will send 10-1-2 up to potentially extend this game. First pitch is high and away, ball one to Tegan Riley, the DP. Popped out to second in the second, hit an RBI double, and came around to score in the third inning. She is 1 for 2. This ball past the third baseman through the 5-6 hole. Another hit for Tegan Riley. #12th hit for the Skeeters. And with that, Riley becomes the 4th Skeeter with 2 hits. Here's Sydney Totarski. She's 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the second. Grounded off the pitcher's mitt to the second baseman and out 1-4-3 in the third. That did score a run, however, so she has an RBI to her name. As she rolls this up the middle, the second baseman can't get it, and she has joined the hit party. Riley to second base as Julia Tomolsky, the right fielder, is up. She walked in the second, with an RBI double in the third. Tyron Newton came in to relieve the starter midway through the third. Rylan Miller allowed 8 of the 10 runs. And she is in line for the loss, barring an impressive comeback by the Sea Cows. Oh, 1 on its way. That's strike 2. Skeeters lead it 10-2. They scored 2 in the top of the first, 6 in the top of the third, and 2 in the fourth. That is strike 2. First pitch was a ball. And the count is 3-2. Newton's payoff. That ball swatted foul. On the other end, the Sea Cows will send up Sharon Duncan, Allie Bunch, and Diana Anda. That's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Only the third time the Skeeters have been walked. Most of their offense has come from swinging the bat. So Riley to third, Totarski to second after Tomolsky has walked. And we see Lila Tidball for the fourth time. Tidball singled and scored in the first, struck out in the second, grounded to second base in the third. She watches ball one. Noon's 1-0. Swinging a ball, bounced foul. Ground ball back to the pitcher. They get the force out at home, and at first, they turn two. Inning-ending double play after the Skeeters load the bases with one out. It's a 1-2-3 double play to prevent any runs and keep it an 8-run game as we go to the bottom of the fifth. Sharon Duncan pinch hits for Ava Hazard in the bottom of the fifth inning. So Sea Cows need to score a run if they don't want to be run ruled. Abby Turnpaul looking for the complete game. Pitch misses outside. It's ball one to Duncan. Senior from Eastern Kentucky. From the state of California. Has 2 balls and no strikes. Was a .294 hitter last season as a part-time starter with Eastern Kentucky. Ground ball to third base. Misplayed by the third baseman, Cochran. And an error as a runner on. That's what you wanted there for your Turnpaul. After the 3-0 count, get weak contact, but third baseman juggles it. And Allie Bunch comes up. She walked and stole a base in the first. Went down looking in the third. Turnpaul nods. She's ready. That ball lifted in foul territory just past the roof of the dugout. Not playable for Izzy Henderson, the first baseman. Strike 2 to Bunch. Bunch quickly into the third baseman's glove, and they just get the one. But a quick reaction play from the third baseman, Cochran. Good response from the error. She gets the force out at second base. It's a fielder's choice for Bunch. Ali Bunch is 0 for 2. That walk she had in the first, and there's one out as Diana Anda, the shortstop, is up. She's 1 for 2. Struck out in the first, singled in the third. Takes ball 1. Swing and a miss. Skeeters trying to hold on to the run rule here. If the Sea Cows fail to score, the game is over. And for the Sea Cows, at risk of losing their 4th straight, whereas the Skeeters trying to win back-to-back games for the first time this summer. 3-1 the count to Diana Anda. The runner at first is Ali Bunch. Strike called. Payoff from Turnpaw. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Make it 8 strikeouts for Abby Turnpaw. And the Cows down to their final out. It's a first pitch strike to Lexi Nolan, who has struck out twice. And her both of her times up. Bunch at first base. 2 gone. Turnpaw loses control of that one. A game that was broken open in the top of the third, where the Skeeters scored 6 runs and brought 10 to the plate. In the top of the fourth, they added some more with back-to-back home runs by KB Bradshaw and Weinbarger. This game's not over yet. If the Sea Cows can score a run, we will play into the 6th. 3-1. It's high ball 4, so 2 on base for the Sea Cows, who are not done yet. Bunch to second, Nolan at first, as Mackenzie Lighty, the cleanup hitter, and the team's catcher, she comes up for the 3rd time. Lighty grounded to short in the first, singled in the third. Lighty Takes an off-speed pitch in for a strike. Strike two. Oh, 2 pitch. That's outside. 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th inning in an 8-run ball game. Skeeters looking for their 2nd straight win. The 1-2. Keen eye from Mackenzie Lighty, the opposing catcher. Turnpaw's 2-2. Swing and a foul ball. Turnpaw has been brilliant in this one. He's only allowed 4 hits, walked 4 batters. Back-to-back walks in the 2nd. The only area where she struggled, those 2 came around to score the only 2 runs for the Sea Cows. 2-2. Lighty flies it to right. The second baseman holds on, and the game is over. Sea Cows get 2 on base in the bottom of the 5th inning. Fail to bring either home, and the Skeeters with a run rule win over the Sea Cows. 10-2, the final score via the run rule in 5 innings. Abby Turnpaw, a brilliant performance in the circle. She goes all 5 innings with 8 strikeouts in this one. She picks up the win. She's now 2-2. The losing pitcher is Rylan Miller. Picks up her first decision of this summer. Sea Cows drop their 4th straight game. They're now 2-7 as the Skeeters win their 2nd straight, and they're now 3-7. With that, that concludes our coverage of Florida Gulf Coast League softball on this Thursday. I'm Lance Williams saying so long and see you tomorrow.